That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him.
First off, my apologies. I'm not going to be just a picket planter person. I promise. Next week, I have a completely different build for inside the house, using this spalted something or rather, harvested from my backyard, or maybe this harvested from a pallet. But for now, spring is in the air, and that means it's the perfect time for a quick outdoor woodworking project, like this DIY deck railing planter. So far on the porch, the Hangman's Gallows hangers, nothing on them yet. Got some crazy good ideas there, though. The hexagon planters, and my favorite, the solar-powered address light. I have one more thing I want to do on the porch this spring, though, besides the maintenance of staining, and that is these deck railing planters, but not the plain Jane ones. We have a craftsman twist to it that will add some depth and texture, highlighting it but not overtaking the flowers with it. And we're going to make each basket with one solitary fence picket, unless yours is bowed and spills like mine, and then you'll have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. Hit me up in the comments if you get that one. The layout will have to be tight here. I think we'll end up using nearly every inch of this picket. You can also go scrap wood here if you prefer. Just make sure you seal it at the end. We got 18 inches wide for the back, 16 and a quarter for the bottom, and two sections at 4.5 for the sides. I ripped the remainder of the board into 3 pieces, 3 inches wide, 1.5 inches, and 1 inch. Then jump back to the miter saw and cut them to various lengths. As always, a full cut list is in the description. But I'm sticking to cutting some at 6 inches, 6.5, and 7. That should be a good mix for what we need. And then the fun really begins, the front. We're going craftsman to match my house and vertical with the front panel. The depth and dimension will come in the various widths and the lengths of the faceplate and the thickness of the boards that I turn on their sides. I'm building this and filming at the same time, so I have an idea in my head, but no actual plan here. I'm going for what looks best and what feels right. Check out that bow. That sucks. Yeah, I will give it a glue up. Back to the layout. If you follow the channel, you've seen me do this craftsman style with my expanding bookends and my solar powered address light. The different widths, it's just a simple, easy way to add variety to an otherwise plain look. Turn the 1 inch pieces sideways, and you've changed the thickness and created another layer of depth and dimension. Decide on your pattern. Some of you will want an easy, repeatable pattern. Some will want it symmetrical. Not me. I'm going to make it a hodgepodge of goodness. Whoa, stop. I'm calling that hair salt and pepper. And my wife said I was gray. That's a win. Taking my pocket planer, designed for end grain of course, I will use it wrong here, breaking down the edges a little. Glue up is easy. Tight Bond 3 because it's waterproof. And we'll glue that split board as well. I probably really should recut it, but this is really just a prototype, so let's see where we go with it. and weight it down to avoid the bow. That reminds me, I need to get back to working out again now that the back is coming around. I ripped the bottom piece at a 15-degree bevel to help the water drain forward and out onto the lawn, rather than through the holes on a flat one, which would just let the water seep into the railing and stink and rot. I'm doing something a little different this time around on my glue up. I'm going to glue, then clamp, let it dry, then shoot the staples in. You might notice those cuts on the small sides. I ripped a kerf cut to ease the bow. It's a narrow planer, so no real pressure here, so it should be no problem structurally. Oh yeah, and I snapped that end one again. Sides on, faceplate on, bottom on. She's looking good. You can see where we're going here. I had thought of making the top staggered like the bottom, but I thought the flowers would take care of that. I love wave petunias, the ones that curl around and viney-like. One year I had them outside my water garden, and they were glorious. Shades of light purple with white veins curling in and around the rocks and into the water hyacinths. I have been chasing that look for the last 10 years and have never been able to replicate it. Here's hoping this season I do. All right, I'm just shooting the staples into all the pieces I've glued up. Then I'll glue and staple the back piece on, completing the project. And here we are. Am I the only one who smiles when they get a project complete and it finally comes together? Probably. Whether you're building for a porch, a deck railing, or even a balcony, this simple design adds charm with almost no cost. I absolutely love this one, and it's so simple. The craftsman-inspired front makes the whole piece though. Without it, it's just a box on a 2x4 railing. And a slanted bottom draining in front of the railing and not on it, no one will even know, but your deck railing will. It is far stronger than I thought it would be now that it is all dried up. I don't see any issues with it at all regarding strength. The brace we shot along the top tightened it all together. If you wanted, you could build the box, then put the faceplate on for added strength. But then you'd have to change the title. And it would be a 1 1/5 fence picket and one unforgettable planter. It just doesn't have the same ring. So, what's your go-to flower for planters like this? Something bold and bright? Or trailing and wild like my beloved wave petunias? Let me know in your comments. Maybe I'll try something new this season. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Anything and everything. I love hearing your thoughts, your comments, and what projects you've been building. Until the next time.